What if I told you that there's a company paying a whopping $75,000 for every baby you have? Would you do it? So let's jump right into this story. Boyoung Group, a construction firm in Korea, has taken a groundbreaking step to address the country's low birth rate crisis by offering 100 million Korean won, about 75,000 USD, for each child born to its employees after 2021. To further support families, employees with more than 3 children can choose between 300 million Korean won, about 225,000 USD, or permanent rental housing. This initiative is in response to the financial challenges and work-life issues that deter people from having children. The company's chairman highlighted the urgent need to boost the birth rate to avoid a national crisis. The policy is unprecedented in Korea, and Boyoung hopes it will inspire other companies to take similar actions. Lucky us, we have a Korean here today, and we're going to talk about this birth rate situation and what this company is doing, because this is a lot of money they're giving for their employees to try
How much was that?
Big money. Ok.
Okay.
Ok. It's about 75,000 USD. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right. So when you first heard about the story, what did you think?
Basically, they said so it's for boosting the having kids, but nobody is even Samsung cannot do that though.
Oh really? I don't know. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. How can the company give the EDOC to one person?
Right. Do you think this is something that can actually solve the crisis happening in Korea with a low birth rate?
To be honest, my opinion is money cannot solve the problem.
Right.
At all, because this is really kind of mental thing at all. And so, hey, this money, it's a lot of money, but it's one-time thing. After the people spend all the money, and then how can you raise a baby? Because the raising baby in Korea is not a joke at all.
Why do you say that? Well, I heard a lot of Koreans say that it's not a game.
It's a lot of expenses. And to be honest though, so we have we talk about some image culture stuff and then comparing stuff in Korea, right? It's really serious because even my friends, they have baby, right? They really newborn baby, but they're still already think about their education stuff. Hey, when they enter the elementary school, and so I have to pay this much money, and so I need this much money for the private school.
But don't you think that's part of the big problem?
Yeah, it is.
Right, because I know there's a huge crisis going on with the birth rate in Korea. I'm not Korean. I always say, I wouldn't want to be a Korean in Korea because the amount of pressure put upon you is immense, right? However, I feel like this problem is not a financial problem. I feel like this problem is a comparison image problem. Saying. Because for sure, people worry about their child's education, but I feel like the parents go way too far.
That's sort of thing. That's why I mentioned about image culture and then the compare culture in Korea. Because, for example, so we talk about, so me and my friends, we talk about one thing, for example, jumping rope, education school, jumping rope.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Do you know what jumping rope is?
Literally, I did, right.
Yeah, and so do you know they have actually the private school for that? But that's school for the getting the score at school. So every single the PE class,
there's jump rope,
and they got the score for that, right? And so actually people the parents send their kids to that school, the private school, and then that's kind of extra money, right? And then so, then why don't you teach your kids the jump rope or whatever? And then it's just, my kids' friends go there and then
now you feel pressure.
I feel pressure, and then I feel also I have to send them to those kind of private school. I'm
I've always said that no amount of money can solve the problem. But here's where I think the first big problem is. Young people don't want to have kids in Korea, but they need to stop saying it's a money issue. Because this is not a money issue.
Yeah, right.
It's a comparison issue.
Right.
It's a pressure issue.
Right.
It's a cultural problem. I don't think it has anything For sure, money has something to do with it, but that's not the number one reason. I think the comparison thing for one, and I think you can change law, you can change policy, you can change government, but you can't change the culture. And I feel like the reason why this problem is not being solved is because of Korea's ultra-competitive society.
Right.
And I feel like it has, at the same time, nothing to do with money, but at the same time, everything to do with money, because money brings status in Korea. Because like what you said, that has nothing to do with providing that child a quality of life.
Right, exactly.
Because I'm a teacher in Korea, and these kids are busier than the president of the United States. I kid you not. Like the schedule that the mothers have for these kids that are in like grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, finish school, like you said, jump rope, Lego hagwon, engineering hagwon, then English private tutoring, and then Korean English private tutoring. It's so many things. And I'm like, I don't know what is going to solve it, but I definitely know it is not a money issue, because if it was, it would be solved already. Korea spent so much money.
Yeah, right.
Like, I mean, billions of dollars, and they can't solve it. It's a cultural issue.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But I'm a foreigner in Korea. What do you think is the main issue with this birth rate problem in Korea?
So me personally, there's a lot of reason why people don't want kids anymore. And then, for example, like for the woman, they want to keep working, not they don't want to stuck in the family or something like that. And the other thing is, to be honest, this is really hard to talk. But me personally, I feel like it's kind of people trying to avoid the responsibilities. Because having kids is like a lot of huge responsibility, right? And so you have to take that as a parent.
Sure.
But I feel like sometimes people don't want it. Hey, like, just, I want to live my life. I don't want to sacrifice anything for, So I can see those kind of problems as well.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
My brother always says, I'm responsible because I know I'm irresponsible. So the fact that I don't want to take care of a child, and I'm saying that makes me responsible because I'm not going to take on that responsibility. However, I think now we're getting really deep, because I agree with you, and I think part of the problem lies with the prior generation. I think, tough to say, I think they over-parented and over-babied their children to the point to where their kids know they got babied, and the kids are like, I don't want to have kids and do what my parents did. Because that has nothing to do with money, really. It's just the amount of work and responsibility that they received. They know my parents went over and beyond, which I think a lot of people got robbed of responsibility when they were young because their parents did everything for them.
Right, that's true though.
Like I've seen parents, like when their kid studies, like open the book for them, put the pencil in their hand. And I'm like, come on, like there's no resistance. Like kids need.
Usually that happens because I don't want to study.
Yeah.
Just, either she put me on the desk. Hey, open the book.
Right. But I think that I'm not a parent, it's hard for me to say, but I think they overparented so much that they see that and they're like, I don't want to do what my parents did. I don't want to have to do that for my child, because now that's the standard. And it's like, I don't want to do that. And I think they don't want to bear that responsibility. So yeah.
Yeah, they can be the reason,
Right.
I think.
All right. So what do you guys think? How could Korea solve this birth rate problem? Do you think we have any right ideas or wrong ideas? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Bye for now.
Bye.